You're not tickling it.
I wasn't aware there was such a thing as a finicky asshole. I thought they were all pretty open to
No, mine's pretty finicky.
You would think that.
Bub's more than anybody else, apparently.
Alright, I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick.
Super finicky.
Mine's not finicky. What are you fucking... Why? Stop talking about my asshole, you weirdo. This is why people associate fucked up shit with you.
Oh, this is nowhere even close to the reason why.
Yes, it is.
Reason number fucking 5 million. Gotta start calling you Squirrely Dan.
Oof.
Not the dreaded Squirrely Dan.
Pick up 20% off.
Alright. Finally, it fucking fixed itself. There we go. Camera's in place. We're up.
It's still hard for me. Anytime I think of
cameras are in place
think
until
of Atlas.
Ennies decides to quit on us in the middle of the session.
That's a thing. Whoa, only 4 retweets. Come on, guys. There's enough of you here right now that we can get these retweets up. Don't fuck about. Come on.
Everyone's too
do the
busy
thing.
thinking about fucking
Putin.
Which peach mutation they would fuck.
I don't want
Can't
to
open Twitter right now.
Oh my god, just go out and meet a lovely
Okay.
individual and stop trying to fuck 2D images, you weirdos.
Just remember, nothing's better than Boo. That's the best variation.
Can I
Look,
mute you in real life? If I want to just rabbit punch you right in the fucking throat, Red. I swear to God.
But you know you are giving us a lot of shit for somebody who came up with a fucking platypus wearing a ball gag.
I didn't come up with that. That wasn't me.
Look, I see the pictures posted in your Discord. All right, you are not innocent here.
You know what? Talk to the people in chat. They came up with this, not me.
You manage this fucking community.
I don't watch them when I can't be live all the time. This is
You don't have to be live all the time.
I'm not fucking Santa Claus. I don't know what the fuck is happening day in, day out. They're mostly adults.
Mostly.
Mostly.
I mean, for the purposes of Twitch, they're all adults, all over the age of 18, or here with a parent's permission.
That's right. That's right. And that's why our moderators are here to ensure that that is the case.
One of our moderators being the one that's laughing like a dead hyena.
Yeah, that's true.
A dead hyena.
That's a really intense
They
laugh.
laugh a
I
lot.
can't. Yeah, even when you're dead.
All the gas that escapes their belly when they die
It just
makes
comes
them
up.
laugh really loudly.
You should hear it. You should smell it.
I'm expecting like a puttering fart, not a
Yeah, that's.
not a red giggle.
You know what I'm imagining? I'm imagining like when you push down on one of those rubber ducks and then you let go and it goes like that, but just
You're
a
talking about
hyena
the
laugh.
You guys,
you know
You
exactly.
could just never make
just
that
put it
noise
down as
ever
another
again.
chromosome moment and let it go.
Mm.
I see colors.
Wait.
I need you to make that noise again, please.
No, you don't. Just don't. Seriously, it's like I will hold a grudge for at least a year. So when next year's Bubfest rolls around, you come up here, I will fucking slap chop you right in the throat.
Slap chop.
Can I have caramel chocolate this time?
Yes, you can.
Thank God. Alright, I'm down.
No, you gotta slap him with the fucking instant turtle syrup.
Yeah, that way it hardens.
It's okay. It doesn't work unless it's cold.
Yeah,
We're
make
gonna-
him really fucking cold.
I'm Canadian. It'll freeze on contact, I promise.
Okay, so basically what you do is you hold Bubfest in Canada next year.
Okay.
Yes.
Have him lay
Yes.
face first in the snow for like 15 minutes,
You get them nice and ready, and then you pick them up, put them out, and
and then you gotta get him up really quick, slap him in the fucking face,
Yeah.
and then it'll harden, and he'll be like Han Solo in Carbonite, and it'll look really good.
Except it's gonna be caramel hard shell.
If you
And-
promise to do that, I'll get that fucking tattooed on my body. I swear to God.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
the slap chop come with a ShamWow.
Welcome to Shackled City, where we let the inmates run
Hi.
things.
Basically.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. The inmates run. You're not wrong.
Just think about it, guys. I paid to come for this.
Happily.
I do too.
Happily.
Wait, Are you coming happily or are you paying?
I'm waiting on the delayed response because it's gonna be good regardless. Oh, this is like the fucking gulag, man. And somehow there's a crack in the wall and all the loonies start escaping. That's our tabletop game. Perfect.
The Canadian dollars?
The gulag?
Oh, and since I
Loonies.
finally see Sloth around, reply to your frickin' DMs, man.
Yeah, man. Fucking do that thing.
Somebody's having severe weather.
No, that's an Amber Alert.
I can't tell what it is, but my phone's going ham.
It's one of the two. They sound the same.
I'll tell you in just a second.
There's a butt toucher in your area.
That is a very good question. Was it a boon
Really
or was
struggled
it a
through
bane?
that. I think it
And
was.
how are we going to
I'm
fuck
pretty
it up
sure
either
it was
which
like.
way?
I think it was like 2/3 boon, 1/3 bane. In
Yeah,
total.
I think it came out to be.
Oh
a boon.
shit! And tonight's the night where we get the well explosion rep.
Yep.
Woo!
That's a fucking shit ton of rep. God damn.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot.
Make sure you're
I know, Karami. I've been trying really hard to moderate myself.
You're
I've
doing a
been
really bad
filtering.
job of it.
Whoa. Earlier, I was going to go ahead and talk shit about Red. What did I do? I held off. I stopped myself.
Listen, if you're not the one doing it, one of us has to pick up the slack, alright?
That's perfectly fine. You can go ahead and talk about him frosting a cake all you like.
Look, I mean, he chose to right before the game. I mean, if that's how he's got to get his energy out, we might have judged the man.
I hope you guys are ready. If you're missing it now, you're missing out. Here it is.
Bam!
Oh! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I took it by the amount of viewers in DeepBot. That means that there are lurkers right now that are not viewed. It says there are 83 total people. So there's some reputation. Have at thee. If you decide to abuse it and waste it on things, then it's up to you. But remember, you're probably gonna need it for the BitBoss Bloodbath when that comes up again, starting in October. I don't know if you guys have seen this or not, but I'm gonna go ahead and cue this right here. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Now, we do have it on a timer this year, right?
BitBoss Bloodbath. For the months of October and November, a single point will be given to each BitBoss that remains by the end of stream. When November ends, a chest of much shiny will be sent directly to your door from me. 12-hour events will be given special points at every hour. Be wary, Goblin Vault may sneak some of your reputation out if the boss is still left alive. So, the BitBoss, if it's left remaining, Goblin Vault will sneak into your pockets and steal your reputation from you. So if you do not beat the BitBoss, then rep will be taken from everyone in stream for 2 months. For 2 months.
I'm used to things touching my things at night, so it's okay. I'll deal.
I'm not.
He's lonely. Okay.
Oh, did you ever find out what happened with the Bane or Boon thing?
We're quite literally talking about that right now.
Sorry, my work texted me. I didn't catch most of it.
It's okay. We all check out sometimes.
Yeah,
No,
dude,
it's sorry, my work.
You're fine. It's all right. I'm pretty sure if I last checked right, Boone was winning because I think I bookmarked it. Let me go ahead and double
It's
check.
in announcements, I believe.
Beta Boone, let's find out. It's at 55 votes. Currently, it's 60% to 40% in favor of Boone. 33 to Boone, 22 to Bane.
Do we want to go ahead and give it another 15 minutes so Chad actually has an opportunity to make or break or change their minds?
No, I'm going to give it the entire night. Boom, bam.
Damn it!
There it is, guys. Cast your votes. Do it now. If you miss out, well, then you do. You just might lose some things. You might gain some things. It just depends on what happens. We'll find out. You guys get to depict what happens in the livelihood of all of my tabletop games. Okay? In all
Jacob doesn't have a
of my
gimpy old
tabletop
man leg.
games. What's up, Christy? What's up? You really want to see a Bane? I'm down to see both. I like passing out rewards, be it Bane or Boon. I think Christy's going to be giving you guys some potions. That's my guess.
I don't trust these potions at this point.
What?
She's given us a ton of potions. I just don't trust it.
Ooh. Boone reaches.
Someone had to.
Boone reaches 50 votes. Heaven says he's gonna drop 10 subs on chat. That's motivation right there.
To be fair, Boone or Bane, we're guaranteed to make sure that it is done in properly.
Yep.
Yeah, this is fine.
See, you say that, Christy, but, you know, it's not bad by your perspective.
Okay. Looks like Christy's put in 20,000 reputation. What is she putting in for? I'm guessing she's putting in for potions? Let's see if she has any desired...
That was a weird sneeze.
Achoo.
A snooze. Good results. Let's see what we're at. 65 votes. Bane is slowly creeping forward. Slowly. Okay, it's getting there. It's getting there, kids. Come on. We can do it. I know we can do this. This is easy. Easy peasy.
No question.
We picked up some more votes, that's for sure.
I don't know if I want to cheer for a Bane.
You definitely picked up my vote because I just didn't vote for it before. But once subs were in the running, then I had to vote. More subs and votes.
Wow.
Puss wants Bane.
Spice things up. 50 Boone votes, 10 Tier 2 subs. That's 10 RNGesuses. Uh-oh.
Good thing you can't vote now.
Uh-oh. I mean, I think... Can you not change your vote? I don't actually know. I have no idea of knowing.
I'm pretty sure you can change your vote.
Nope.
No, you would have to delete it.
Unless you allow multiple voting things when you make the poll. But it's almost always never checked.
Yeah, you should probably never do that because then you could just keep doing it over and over again.
You could just keep voting. Yeah, repeatedly. Yeah, which
All right.
Christy does not allow.
You want to start recap right now, or do
Yeah.
you want to just get into it?
Yeah, we can.
Alrighty. Going into last session, Ulhime finally awoke. In a manner of speaking, Nadrama's essence finally collapsed, giving Ulhime the new or restored image that he once had before his body switching fiasco. And Jakob was teleported to Drekthar's Way, where he had to finally come face to face with his father, Nab the Torn. You want to go into details on that one?
Sure. My father's a fuckface. No.
Someone's salty.
Just a little salty. No. So Nab the Torn took Jakob to the cavern and began to let it be known that everything that's been happening in Occipitus was by design. That it was intentional that Jakob would eventually cross Ulhime's path. Speaking of which, why am I in Ulhime's spot and why is he in mine? I mean, I know we're Eskimo buddies and all, but can get in the right place.
What? I don't even know what that means.
Don't worry about it. Just don't.
Don't question it. Just change him over.
Just keep going with the recap.
Moving right along.
And you were trying to be good tonight, huh? That was your goal?
Hey, I slid that one right in.
Shut the fuck up. Go home.
Alright, I'm leaving. I'm ill. I can't make it tonight. I have cancer
I don't think you do.
in my ovaries.
Okay, all right. That's not to put a slight upon ovarian cancer. Don't listen to him. He's
It's a bad thing.
actually very special.
I'm the one that started the chromosome mix-up.
I'll go get my own. What's up? What you need?
So,
God damn it.
So by design, Jacob did come across Ulhime's path. And by design, Ulhime was presented with this problem that would go ahead and lead them to Occipitus, because he knew that Jacob's arrival in Celestia would prompt the dawn breaking, of which he is apparently guilty. So apparently he at least made his father proud. Thank you, Dad. And as a reward for that, he actually brought out... Damn. I keep wanting to say Barty Brought, and I know that's not
Rufus.
right. Thank
Rufus.
you. Brought out Rufus, who had apparently been one of Naphtatorin's lackeys, released him from a stone, and then proceeded to kill him, tear off his leg, and fuse it to Jacob's stump. Now, while this was all going on, Jacob, deft of hand and brave of heart, went ahead and lifted one of the other pouches off Naphtatorin's hip without him noticing.
That's right.
Yeah, it just took like 5 re-rolls and just Christy losing her fucking mind. But it happened. At which point, Naphtatorin finally released him, said that he could go about his way. Though he did leave it very clear that his intention is for Jacob to sit at his right hand as they watch the world burn and welcome on the coming of... I forgot the name of those creatures again. The Dimodromes.
Demodans.
Yeah, the
Demodans.
Demodans from the Dimsdale Demodans.
Demodans, yes.
Doug?
Thank you.
Keep going.
At which point he was released from the cavern and found himself roughly half a mile in the air above the city. And of course, in falling down, he noticed a couple things, particularly about the lake, but more pressing matters were coming to a head, such as the fact that Cort was carrying a very, very wounded Klaus, and shockingly, Jared was nowhere around to be seen. At which point they followed on towards Sunn's clinic, and basically found out that Sunn is so tired of our shit, he's just gonna leave after hearing the news of Naphtatorin coming around and Ulhime's passing and vampires and a bitten fire giant. Yeah, he's just like, nah, I'm done. Waved his hands to the whole thing and let us know that in no uncertain terms that we're going to be on our own very shortly. And I think that's pretty much where we left off.
I feel like that's pretty accurate, but there's probably some more there. Hit me with more details.
Going back into the bathhouse, Ulhime met up with Thelsa and our fire giant friend. I should stop being an asshole and forgetting his name. Dugobras.
Yeah.
Thank you. Sorry, I keep thinking of Dimodans. That shit is in my head like crazy right now.
He's got one of those names, like, I don't know why, but I can't think of... I can't forget it.
Dugobras.
I can't forget it, because it's Dugobras.
It's because the name itself, to me, sounds very similar to that of a demon. And it's like, I don't know why, but like, I have trouble remembering it like that.
Sure.
I'm like, oh, he's a bad guy. It's not like... but I keep like...
To be fair, we're trying to keep track of like 4 or 5 dozen different characters in the city.
Whoa! You act like pen and paper don't exist.
No, they exist. I just don't check.
That's clear. That's clear.
That's bullshit. I know that's bullshit because you and I are the only two that edit the fucking notes sheet.
Yeah. Going back to the
Wait, we
bathhouse,
have a note sheet? I forgot about that.
with Dugobras and Thelsa. Thelsa, this was actually realized that this is the first time that she's seen Ulhime in his original form. And then as they were talking, he started to mention Helm, saying that Helm it seems like he's actually gone, and that things are the way they are. And to Ulhime's surprise, due to the death of Helm, his pantheon essentially was vacated and emptied, and as a result, everyone forgot who he was. When that happened, Ulhime asked Nadrama if there was a way to fix that, and she said someone would have to take his place to be recognized as such, and Ulhime decided that he would be the one to take up that mantle, at least until the original helm that he's seen comes back. Upon that, I guess, actualization, Ulhime revealed the soul ore to Dugobras, and Dugobras himself was, for lack of a better word, awestruck, seeing the ore. And Ulhime asked him if he could help him construct a weapon from the ore, and he said it would be an honor to. And we ended on him taking a knee in front of Ulhime/Helm.
That's right. That's right. Lots of things happened in last session. Lots of story-driven elements, sort of tying some things together. It was the first time we'd seen the culmination of many story arcs. Only a few of you guys actually were able to catch on to the details. I don't know if that's just me not giving enough detail, or if perhaps they were just forgotten, but that's okay. That's a-okay. It's not supposed to be immediately told. We're just all up on the front. You guys can glean the details if you so desire. That being said, it's left us here. You guys did reconvene, yes?
Not yet. I was still in the bathhouse, and they were just on their way to go find my body.
Thelsa was there in the bathhouse.
Yes, correct.
Dugobras was in
Thelsa
the
and
bathhouse.
Ulhime are at the bathhouse, and Klaus, Cort,
And Jakob.
are at Sunn's, and Jacob's just about to go ahead and hunt for his friend's dead body.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask, while we were in the bathhouse, could I visibly see that Thelsa and him look sickened? I didn't know before. I didn't know last time. I was gonna ask.
You wouldn't necessarily see that
there.
Thelsa... I mean, they look a little worse for wear, admittedly. Thelsa lost... They all lost levels. Everybody suffered level damage, level drain. Which... That hurts. Some of them... I don't remember. Do you guys remember how many levels you lost?
I don't remember losing any levels.
Then it was Sunn and Thelsa. Klaus, you may not have been attacked more at that point. You may have just kind of turned and fought the others. Yeah, I think
I took 3. I took 3, and you took 4.
I thought I took 3, but I did take 4.
I took 3.
Yep.
Okay. All right. 3 for Cort, 3 for Klaus, 3 or 4 for Thelsa. Did Klaus? I mean, they just said that Klaus didn't lose any, so I thought everybody lost at least 1.
I'm pretty sure I didn't. Like I got.
I'm 100% sure I didn't lose any levels. I just lost a
Klaus resisted, I believe, and I think Cort and Thelsa were the ones that took it.
Yeah, you probably. Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
But looking at Dugobras, you said he was sick before, right? Like he looked, I guess, pale. Is that possible?
Not so much pale. It's just in a fire giant, things are depicted a little differently. First and foremost, let me get into the spiel before we start going into the descriptions of these things, guys. If this is your first time tuning in, I am the Bubbernaut. This is my casting crew of Shackled City. This is our 140th episode, meaning that we've been doing this game for over 3 years now. It's been going hard for a long time. I mean, you figure each session spans over a week. It's been a minimum of 3 years. Been a minimum, because we've probably missed, well, I don't know, 20 or 30 weeks in the 3-year span. That's my guess. Would you think that's fair, Will? 20, 25 weeks?
Are you talking about
Missed.
in-game time or
Off. 20
missed.
off.
He means in just weeks that we've missed. I would say somewhere around 20, maybe 30 at extreme.
I don't think it's that high. I think it's probably between the 10s and 20s, somewhere in there.
You're looking at least 6
Maybe low
because
20s.
of major holidays and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
But we've also played on some major holidays.
Or it'd be 3 technically. 9 total, at least, because Bugfest and then 2 major holidays, Christmas and Thanksgiving.
But we played on Thanksgiving. Or Thanksgiving was Thursday, right?
Thanksgiving.
This past
Yeah, but we didn't play. I don't remember us playing.
Anyway, we've missed some time. Over the 3+ years of us running, we've missed probably around 20-25 sessions. And I think that's really damn good for a group that's been together this long. Rarely will you find a group that is playing as long as this. So it feels good. Regardless, this particular game is not like your traditional Critical Role or Roll For It session. This is a bit more tongue-in-cheek. We take ourselves not so seriously here. We make sure that we have time to laugh, that we pick on each other. There's loads of inappropriate jokes, but we still try to taper that down for the sake of viewers at home. We know that we shouldn't be making light of some material. I have to say that to remind someone. I'm going to go ahead and preface this so he understands who I'm talking about. Boners. This is the there we go.
What? I was like, is he talking about me? And then boners. Oh, okay, I'm cool.
There.
Yeah, boners is the signal.
It is. It's actually like it's
Everyone should program their Alexa to just respond to boners.
Boners.
Everyone's life should be a lot better.
Alexa, boners, put it in the bag.
Don't put the boners in the bag.
I mean, are we talking about me because I make screw-ups, or are we talking about Any because he references penis?
Can you add more things? Yeah, you guys can totally add more things. Your reputation is not a null and void thing. You just can't quirk them. Like, that's it, really. You just can't quirk the players. So if you can live and operate in this world knowing that...
I think she means at this second, right now. Missing the earlier part where she was putting in potions. Could she put something in now?
She just dropped 20,000 reps, so...
Again.
So, yes.
So that means she took it as a yes.
All right, so she's just put in 2 sets of critical potions for each of you guys.
Oh boy!
Thank you.
I have a suggestion for, and I don't even know what to call it, but like a new chat interaction system.
Okay.
And this all spawned from just looking at your hat. I need to find out where you got that hat, and we all need to get one of those hats, and then we need to have chat vote on after the recap.
The worst person
when we've got out all of our horrible, terrible jokes and just like all the worst shit of the game basically happens before the game actually starts.
Oh god.
So before the game starts, they need to vote on who's the worst person ever, and they get to wear the hat for the night.
Oof.
Can I just
what does wearing the hat actually do for you?
Well, nothing other than you're just the worst person ever for that night.
I hate wearing hats. The only hat I like wearing is this beanie in particular.
Oh man.
So that's enough of a hatred for me.
Allow me to just go ahead and put my veto on this. Klaus, there is no way you're going to have me wearing a dunce cap every second.
I'll just pay for the cap.
I'll quilt up a dunce cap real quick, and I'll put worst person ever on it. I'll send one to everyone.
See, we're all going to open our boxes, right? This is what's really going to happen, is we're going to open up our boxes, and everyone's going to be like, oh yeah, it's the blue hat, and Sniper's going to look down, and he's like, come on guys, it's just a clan hood. What the fuck?
I'll remember that in 2 weeks when I'm up there. If you're wondering who took a shit in your living room, it's going to be me.
Dude, look, all I'm saying... Yeah, all I'm saying...
The living room bed is going to shit on you.
All I'm saying is, if there's, like, porn and fixins in the deuce, and you blame it on Betty, I'll know better.
Porn and fixins. This is the most southern fucking thing you can come up with. Oh god, my kidneys.
I feel like it needs to be added that Sniper isn't exactly... He's I don't know if he's exactly racist. I assume that he's not. He just says that he's jest.
He's got family history of racism, so I mean, it's kind of like... It's woven into his DNA.
I think he's unintentionally racist. He's got good intentions, but...
Okay,
he doesn't portray it very well.
My family is from Indiana and Illinois. I was born in Hawaii. I've been in the South for about 6 years.
My family's from Jackson, Alabama. I think I know what I'm talking about.
My family's
Yes,
from here.
you do. I'm just saying. We're not racist. We're inbred.
Jesus Christ.
Those two aren't mutually exclusive. I don't know if you've ever visited the state of Alabama, but I'm there all the fucking time.
So if A equals B, and B equals C,
And A equals C.
as Sniper and inbred racist,
Transfer
tune in next
property.
time. For... Oh,
Oh,
Lord.
Dragon Ball Z.
That's right.
Jesus Christ.
All right.
I tell you what, I might have sister cousins, but at least we don't hate people.
Oh.
Yes, that's love in the wrong
Moving
place,
on.
though, bro.
Moving on.
I don't know about that one, Chief.
What was it that was said last night in the Discord? I don't remember who said it. They were like, "Hey man, why worry about going down the street when you can just go down the hallway?"
Hey, what
yeah,
can I
once-
say? They have
One-
beautiful kids. All of them,
Once,
all of them
once
with
again,
3 eyes and so forth. Just
If you can't cross the street,
no one
go down the
wants
hall.
no one wants people to
That's
hate,
what the saying
but love
was.
can be put in the wrong place, and that's that happening
Can't
right
cross
there.
the street, go down the
And
hall.
you just fucking just turn away from it.
Interestingly enough,
Serve.
for what it's worth, we're at 39 votes for Boone, 31 votes for Bane. Bane is actually coming back.
Votes.
It's now a 56 to 44 split.
31 Voots.
Did I say Voots?
You said
Boots. I get,
roots for Boone.
all right. I'll take it. Boots
Oh,
indeed.
shit.
I'm still just sitting here, just amazed. Karami's actually got a sister cousin.
Well, that's
Apparently,
weird.
I tapped on something. Okay.
I'm not surprised.
Look, you tapped on a lot of things. I don't want to talk about all of them.
We don't even want to talk about all the stuff
Ball
I've tapped over the
According
years.
to your information, you've tapped on your sister's door a few recent times, and oh lord,
That's not what I want to know about.
It was more than a tap.
And poor Ronald's just like, I just came here to go ahead.
Did we
and
say if
play
we
a
got
game,
70
guys.
votes? Nick, actually, I believe it was Heaven
It was
said
50.
that if we hit 50 votes for Boone, on Boone alone, then we would, in turn, get 10 tier 2 subs in stream. Random for those that are watching. I don't actually know if that is new subscribers or if that's just upgrades to current subscribers. I don't know how that system works. No idea.
We'll find out if you do it.
Yeah, we will.
That's right, everybody. Do the thing.
You have to do it. I mean, you probably should anyway. Got no reason not to. So, who wants to pick up tonight's session? Where are we going to start?
I
What are you
will. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, let's go ahead and start with Ulhime, because that was a bit of a cliffhanger. I want to know why Dougal Bras is taking a knee.
And I punched the shit out of him. No,
Because I nut punched
Slam
him.
his face into the
Yeah,
camera.
World Star!
as he, I was gonna say, as he takes a knee, kind of getting a look at his appearance, seeing that he's sickened in a sense. I'll place my left hand on him, the one with the that's made of the new metal.
Okay.
And as I place it upon him, I'll say to him, I can't have you working if you're not at your best. And then the eye will glow gold instead of its usual translucent blue, and I will cast Remove Disease on him.
Okay.
Did motherfucker really go Super Saiyan?
No, I don't think he's gone Super Saiyan. I think he's gone Super Cleric. It's like he's back. He's returned from the time chamber. He's better than ever.
But yeah, I will remove his sickness from him.
Okay. So, remove disease. You cast remove disease. When you do so, it seems to sort of shake him, but it doesn't do anything for the fact that his teeth are still missing. It's not.
He
removed those.
Yeah.
When you do so, you seem to shake this stammer from his step.
Mm-hmm.
It hits him in a way that he wasn't prepared And while it's not immediately visible on the surface, you can sense that things are better within him. And just faintly, you see the breadth of his flame start to increase. His beard almost seems to not necessarily elongate, but it seems to increase in width, and the skullet of hair flames that he has seems to grow a bit more wily.
I don't remember if last session I didn't get his name correct. Like, Ulhime personally did not ask him for his name. No, because last time I met him as a player was when I was Pathos. So no, I have
correct.
not.
That's correct. You
Yeah.
did not get his name, so you have no idea who this is.
So I'll put my right hand out to him. I am Helm. It is a pleasure to meet you.
He stands, and I'm assuming that you would just have your hand on his arm.
Well, when he kneeled down, I placed my left hand upon his head, and then I brought it down and I put my right hand out to shake his hand.
Okay, Thelsa, when he says that, obviously you recognize the mannerisms, the things that he says, how he kind of carries himself. You may not necessarily recognize the body, but he introduces himself as Helm. However, it's kind of got the essence of Ulhime. More than anything, the gauntlet that he has looks like the gauntlet that you had seen previously.
That I saw get destroyed.
Yeah, that you saw just completely get obliterated. Go ahead.
Thelsa's not going to say anything about it at first. Probably going to talk more about it to Klaus, someone who I know is trustworthy, because I don't know what the Nabthatoran's capable of, as I've never seen him, and I don't know if this is some kind of trick or some kind of persuasion effect. So I'm just going to kind of keep my mouth shut and be a bit skeptical, because I was pretty sure he died.
Give me a sense motive.
Okay. It's untrained.
Sure, you're not really sure entirely what he's at here. You aren't entirely sure if he's Helm, if he says who he is, or if he's Ulhime pretending to be another person. But it doesn't really seem to make a lot of sense for him to lie. What would he gain from lying in this place? And he's not intimidated by Dugobras, which Dugobras is a very intimidating individual. He's a fire giant that can summon like a obsidian hammer. So yeah, he's
a bit scary looking.
It's just a bit to be afeared of. When he says that he is Helm, you see Dugobras nod. And Dugobras says, "My lord."
I'm still gonna hold my tongue and just kind of watch for now. I'm still a bit skeptical, because he was Ulhime from what I remember, if this is Ulhime. Yeah. And now he's introducing himself as someone else, like you were saying. I don't know quite what's going on. Yeah. So I'm gonna try and maybe have a chat with him later on, but for now I know there's more pressing things to attend to than talking about who you are.
And I can see that both of you, or all 5 of you, have sustained injury. Give me a moment. And then
remember, Klaus, Sunn, and Jakob are not there.
No, but the 3 bodies, Thelsa and Dugobras, are. Because he just pulled the bodies out. So that's what I'm making my reference to. It seems that all of you have sustained some injury. Give me a moment. And then he'll lift his hand up again, and then you'll see like this weird light starts circulating in his hand, and then as he crushes it, it shoots a wave of energy out, and he casts Channel Positive Energy.
So that's 20 positive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so that's going to heal 20 positive energy. You see that it seems to have effect over Dugobras. It has a greater effect over Thelsa. Thelsa seems to See, it almost feels like there's something that's kind of lingering over the top of her. Like there is some kind of damage to the soul. The others do not have effect.
Okay. So the other three, they're just nothing.
Correct.
I'll use detect magic on Thelsa, because that would be a little confusing as to why it wouldn't. There would be some unusual lingering surrounding her like that.
Sure. You see this the uncanny glow, Thelsa, from the gold state ripples over to silver. You can tell that he's casting a very mundane spell. It's detect magic. And I want you to describe to me what you think it may look like.
Ho, 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 who's this?
To have these effects, these stolen levels. What does this look like, Thelsa, in the arcane spectrum? As a caster, how would you describe this to someone else attempting to witness this?
I would see it more as, or how I would picture it would be, as I grew in power, my bloodline would grow stronger and I'd emanate more power. But instead of the white glow that my bloodline portrays, it would be something more like you'd see the glow, but it was hampered by either fading or darkness, something pushing against the light that my bloodline portrays. Like you could see that I am more, but that something is pushing it back, something's holding it away. Some kind of like.
So I can see a lingering darkness slowly removing itself from her, but it's taking a long time to do it.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Okay. So he kind of like walks over and then he kind of just does this to her head, kind of motioning it just to get a good look at it.
Is there something not wrong, not right?
Your soul's been tainted. About a day, maybe two of rest, and should be gone.
I don't know if we have time for a full day's rest.
We
There are
don't.
many things we have to attend to.
Yes, you're absolutely right. I need to go find Jakob. He was taken by Nabdatoran. Have you heard anything, seen anything here?
I hadn't heard anything. I had heard the sightings by the church when it was burned down, but we retreated and then we were all at the tankard, and I took off to come here with Jakob, and then he took off with Klaus afterwards when Klaus regrouped up with us. I haven't seen the other ones.
I understand. Well, I need to get outfitted, and soon. We have a battle coming. I cannot do it like this. My friend, I have a favor to ask you. Looking over to Dugobras. Would you by chance happen to have a weapon and armor that I may borrow from you?
He immediately turns to you, sizing you up and down. And it kind of leans to the side to kind of peer at you from the side profile. And when he does...
I think I can make something up on. But it's going to take time. There is no appropriate forge. I need hot fire. Something from my home. And a place large enough to have the fire needed for this.
Where is your home?
From the plane of flame.
Would I know about that?
Basically describes, it's one of those things where it's like an elemental birthright thing. As the fire giant, he is at home in regions of like Vulcania, places that are proper hot, you know, where things that would naturally harm a human or humanoid, he is not. He likes it hot. So,
but I would be aware of a place like that. Like there's planes of elements, there's planes of demons, things like that.
Oh, yeah.
I would have.
Yeah, there are planar locations. Yeah, definitely, most definitely.
As he says that, I'll look to him. If I could get you there, would you be able to use the resources there from here to make something?
I don't see why not. But I don't know how. I don't know how you'll get there.
Leave that to me. But first, I must find my other friends. I do not wish to travel without them. And, looking around, is there still any skittering around? Any little vampire children in the area?
Not immediately, not that you can tell, and they're not going to make themselves readily known to you.
Known, okay.
Thelsa, can I get a passive perception, please?
Sure.
That's really, really good. As you've been kind of basically hanging out, listening to things that he says to Dugobras, you actually notice something. Now, to the untrained individual, you would know that this is... they might not pick up on this, but people passively have breathing patterns. They have things about them that sticks out. They have palpitations in their chest. They have sighs and exhales. They have frustrations, things that kind of reach out to them. Ulhime doesn't have that. Ulhime doesn't pause for breath. In fact, as you wait and watch, he's not breathing at all.
I'm not going to say anything about it. I'm just going to kind of take note of it and be a little bit confused. Probably have a puzzled look, but I'm not gonna ask because it's something I'm not necessarily certain if I want to know the answer to it.
Sure, makes sense.
Can I ask you to wait here for the time being until we come back, or until I come back with my friends? I have a feeling they'll be looking for me.
I'll be staying outside.
Very well. And then he kind of turns around and then hands him the soul ore. Can you keep this safe?
I believe that I can do my best. Not many have bothered me since I've been here.
Thank you. Looking on the floor, I'll pick up a heavy stick, maybe, if there's anything, or if there's any weapons drawn to the floor, daggers, short swords, long swords.
Nothing like that.
Okay.
The kids didn't have any weapons at all.
Helm, sorry. I realize that you probably need more than just your fists. And I'm gonna take the hammer of the ram, the mace of the ram from my side, and I'm gonna hand it to you.
Okay.
Sweet. I can send you the information for it.
Yeah. Thank you. He'll inspect it. Thank you. I'll make my return. And he'll hold it upside down, just to kind of show that he's, like, I guess, holstering the weapon, if that makes sense.
Well, I mean, you don't really have a holster, per se. On top of that,
no, but I'm saying, like, he's holding it upside down, so when he walks, like, the weapon head itself is facing the opposite direction.
Sure.
So it's not like he's immediately,
This was a size category larger?
Yeah, it's a +3 large, heavy mace of the ram.
Yeah, so this is not small.
Shoulder.
Yeah,
it's not small.
Like the length of the handle itself is probably every bit of like 3.5 feet long.
It'd be like Escanor's axe from fucking.
Yeah, actually, yeah, it probably would be.
7 Deadly Sins. It's a hand axe, but it's fucking massive.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. So yeah, I'll shoulder the weapon then, and just give her a nod, and I will make my way back to the alley, because I would assume, like any parent looking for a lost child, that's the first place I'd go back to.
Okay. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and pass the buck back to the crew over here. Klaus, Cort.
I honestly don't know what we'd be doing, because I think we're hanging with Sunn before he departs.
Well,
Will might have other, but he still has to stitch him up.
I mean,
if I remember correctly, right?
yeah, he needs to stitch him up, and I believe also bathe him in lye and yank his teeth out.
Well, he's not doing the live for us, but he's
No.
not yanking our teeth out either.
He's gonna put in a requisition to be sent to a neighboring town.
But didn't he say that he was gonna at least stitch Klaus back up? So
Yeah,
I'm
that's not gonna take like any time. You're talking about a master level surgeon.
Yeah, I'm not assuming it's gonna take.
Yeah,
all night,
he's
but
going ahead and berating you guys while just kind of casually, threading you up and lacing you down.
Then do you want to go with the assumption of all is said to be said? Is that cool with you, Will? You're the other party in this.
Well, I mean, if we're talking about him getting stitched up, he's been stitched up like a Nike sweatshirt.
No, I mean, because we've said our goodbyes to Sunn. He's told us what he needs to do. I think we're done at this location.
Yeah, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I've said all I need to say to him.
Yeah, so we'd probably go back to the bathhouse, if anything.
Well, I mean, I would probably wait for him to leave before leaving, but yeah.
Yeah, and, Jacob did leave them so he could find his friend's body. It'd be nice if he came back and, didn't find out, oh, man, those bastards left me?
I mean, I doubt Sunn's leaving in the hour, so by the time you get back, if we're not there, Sunn be like, hey, they left. Go there. Get the fuck away from me. As far away as possible. 40 miles that way.
Let's go ahead and say this.
We can wait.
Assuming Jacob had left, not found Ulhime's body, he would return to Sunn's. And given the fact that they had left Thelsa back at the bathhouse, and by then Klaus would have been stitched and wrapped up, I do believe that we'd be making our way back through the city. Unless we want to have a conversation about it in the meantime.
No, I mean, we're just kind of walking around at that point. Me and Will have been taken care of. Our biggest priority would probably be getting back to the bathhouse, assessing the situation, but also getting you at the same time. Especially if you say Ulhime's been killed.
Here's an idea. Why don't we discuss this in character? Rather than just assuming we all know what each other are thinking.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that
but
idea.
we're just trying to go ahead and make it a little simpler, a little faster.
You've complicated the process indefinitely.
I agree. Wow, it's like you know what a DM is looking for or something. Just make it so, role players. Make it so.
Okay, then assuming we're sitting outside of Sunn's figuring out. So, where should we go from here? Should we go back to the bathhouse, or... He's gonna kind of look around the town.
We can't very well leave everyone else there. I mean, I'm not happy about our current solutions to vampirism, but it's all we can do for the moment.
Are we gonna have to go hunt those other ones down?
Well, yes, unless you want this problem to crop back up.
He's gonna kind of like look at his wrist where he got been. No, I guess you're right.
I tell you what, when we go to hunt these things down, I believe I have a spell that will help. You'll have to forgive me. They took us by surprise the first time and didn't exactly have the presence of mind to cast the proper spells. I was more concerned with getting them away from us as quickly as possible. But
I'm still not sure what happened, honestly. I remember attacking one of them, and then I turned around, and then I woke up, and you were bleeding. Is there any way... What?
It's common with vampires. They take over your mind and force you to do things to people you generally like. Obviously, I can't say whether that's true or not for you and myself, but you did cut me.
Well,
pretty good one at that.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. He's going to kind of look at you.
It's nothing to apologize for. You're not the first, and you certainly won't be the last.
Well, that's disconcerting.
You are telling me.
Can we get a nap before we have to hunt these guys?
I imagine that's an order for everyone, yes. We all need some time to recover.
At this point, Jacob's going to kind of come around the alleyway by Sunn's and hearing them talking about napping. There's no rest for the wicked. Apparently, we have to go ahead and find a body now, too.
A body?
Yes, Ulhime's.
Did he...
Well, it's certainly not where I left it, and the condition that he was in when I was taken away, he wasn't stepping away from. Not without walking backwards.
And he's gonna kind of have like the... ... Oh.
What happened?
Taking a lean on one of the pillars supporting the porch, Jacob is gonna kind of take a moment, get a deep breath, and rub down his face. Last night, after everybody left, Ulhime and I came to terms. You know, I'm sure you've noticed there was been a building tension between us over the last several days, and finally we went ahead and let it get to a head. But that's neither here nor there. The leg that was removed while we were setting it outside, it transmogrified, I guess, is the term. An imp popped out. And in chasing down the imp, we ran into my father, apparently.
Out of character,
into Napthatoran.
did we discuss your leg? I don't remember if we did get all the way through that.
No.
No. We just kind of pointed it out like, never mind, bigger fish to fry.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure we didn't cover that. Sorry.
But no, hearing Klaus, he's going to narrow down his eyes. You knew.
Of course I knew. Cort told me. I mean...
And then he's going to switch his eyes over. You knew.
Cort's going to kind of have a single bead of sweat. How
long have you two known?
Well, I told him to tell... Remember the church?
Just recently, Napthatoran came in and he burned down the Church of St. Cuthbert. And
You were stabbed, so I kind of couldn't tell you.
I've been awake for some time.
Yeah, but you didn't seem like you were in a good mood.
Listen.
Point noted, but still, the next time we find out that one of our forebears happens to be a supreme being of evil, let's just agree to take a moment out of our day and bring that fact up to their attention.
Well, considering that I'm probably the next in line for that, yes, I agree, but...
you had parents.
What do you expect? Do you think I rode down here on a lightning bolt? I mean...
Honestly, yes, I'm starting to think that. Hearing all the tales... I'm thinking it's quite possible you got...
What were your bedtime stories like?
Who do you think I am? Formulae?
Sunn, not Sunn,
But
Jesus
that's
Christ.
neither here nor there.
Cort's gonna kind of like crouch down and is gonna kind of poke at your shorter leg. How did you get this? Didn't it cut wide? It's smaller.
It's not mine. I mean,
it's
attached.
you, and he's gonna back away for a second. Did you take that?
No, it was, I guess you could say, a gift.
Like,
not one I.
Is it your birthday?
Oh God, Cort, no.
All right. He's gonna pull his pack over.
Listen, tell me what happened to Ulhime.
Is that why your dad's in town? He's just gonna kind of mutter to himself while looking through his bag.
A moment, Klaus. I think I felt a blood vessel bust. No. So we were chasing down the imp, right?
Yes.
And
Napthatorin
went ahead and grasped me, and Ulhime, being Ulhime, was, as ever, trying to be the hero, and his head twisted around, and he was looking between his shoulder blades, last I checked.
Cort's gonna kind of stop rummaging through his bag.
So now, not only do I have that to deal with and process, but now I have to go ahead and figure out just where in this bloody city someone would stash a body.
And you're sure? I mean, you saw it happen. You're sure he died, right? I mean,
well, he didn't split in two like he usually does. He didn't rise from the ashes, so to speak. And it's not like he had the helm of, the glove of helm anyway.
But he's gone now. Something must have happened. I don't understand.
Yes. I think somebody stumbled on and took away the body. What do people normally do, Klaus?
That doesn't add
when
up.
They find a body?
Things don't happen normally here.
Well, let's not assume that Can we just not assume that he's risen from the dead and walked off without coming here to let anybody know?
Cort's going to slowly
happened
raise his hand.
The last time that Napthatorin decided that something he didn't like was happening?
I have no idea! This is a first! What did happen the last time? Please, tell me.
Turned my friend inside out.
Ooh.
Cort's going to slowly lower his hand.
Like
intestines.
Intestines becoming out-testins?
Like muscles and tendons, like brain matter and skull.
Why are you guys fighting this guy again?
Well, if it weren't for the fact that he's just a horrendous ass, he's also genuinely an entity of evil. He's a demon lord.
We have to fight. We have to fight him.
If you don't want the world to be a ball of fire and misery, we have to go ahead and defeat him.
Shouldn't we get an army?
It'd be handy, yes. Do you happen to know one?
We could try my old home.
He can literally wipe an army out with the snap of his fingers. What he did to Ulhime, he could do that to everyone. I mean, it's not a numbers game.
Regardless. Oh. After he went ahead and killed Ulhime, he took me to this weird cavern, told me how proud he is of me, and then killed this fellow Rufus and gave me his leg. Speaking of, at that point, he's going to lift out the pouch and kind of jangle it before tossing it off to Klaus. He was apparently keeping this Rufus fellow as a victim in a jewel. I believe that I managed to go ahead and abscond with another victim. Hopefully, this is somebody that we can free. I'm not really...
should we open it? If there's a person in there.
I'd like to, but of course I don't happen to have any weapons to do so. And rumor has it, Klaus knows how to go ahead and crack a gem. Regardless, while we go ahead and mull that idea over, can we please go figure out where they hide the bodies? Or, if nothing else, figure out where the woman is?
Who would have tried to take the body?
I don't know. The City Watch?
Well, should we start at the guard?
The guards tend to clean up our messes. I imagine they wouldn't.
Should we go to their post?
Well, we can at least make inquiries. In the meantime, where's the woman?
The woman?
Woman?
Are you talking about Thelsa?
Well, last I checked,
woman
she
is
was
a little.
woman.
You know how old she is, right?
She's at the bathhouse.
I have no idea.
She got bit. She got bit too, and he's gonna hold up his bite wounds.
She got bit too, and
yeah.
You. Hopefully, Red at least knows. No, hopefully, Sunn knows about this.
He's yeah. He said bye.
Sunn is retiring from Cauldron. He decided that we were too much to handle.
I can't really blame the gentleman at this point.
Neither can I. I mean, he left the party to be away from all of this, but it seems like his problems only got worse and more frequent when he
Imagine what it's going to be like next week. All right, let's at least go to this bathhouse, see what's what. And let's try and stay together while we do it. No running off, no getting bit by vampires. Preferably not running into general demon daddies.
I don't intend to be running anywhere. I've got 30 stitches in my chest.
Okay, don't fly anywhere.
You can fly?
No, normally.
Don't let him kid you.
I was expecting to be like, I'm not going to be running anywhere. You see how old I am. These hips don't lie. They're not lying. They're cracking every time I strut.
These boots aren't made for walking.
They're meant for slowly trudging forward in a wheelchair.
Kid, don't let him fool you. It's rare that his heels ever touch the ground. Or his toes, for that matter.
Klaus, can I get from you, please, a D20 plus your wisdom mod? Okay.
That's rough.
Yeah, based off of the information, you definitely missed some details, but that's okay. You don't really deem many of them to be too important right now, especially given the circumstances. That being said, you do have in your possession what appears to be some kind of gem, some small ruby with an odd cut to it, a very odd shape or pattern. When held up to the light, it seems like there is some kind of flow to the inside of it. Not as if there's some kind of glinting back, but as if there's some kind of fluid or something there. You can definitely tell that it's some sort of extra dimensional space.
Does this look relatively similar to the gem that Ambardo was held in?
Similar in construct, yeah.
Okay.
But significantly smaller as well. Ambardo's gem was roughly the size of like a softball. This is probably about the size of
a marble,
like the first knuckle on your thumb or so.
Yeah,
it's like a cat's eye marble.
Yeah, pretty much.
No.
So, in this case, I also feel like it's important to note that Heaven's Wrath just sent out 10 tier 2 subs.
Jeez, Jimmy Christ.
That got you guys two luck rolls.
And secured a Bane, didn't it? Is that now winning?
I don't actually know if Bane's winning or not. Let's take a look.
Let's find out.
Secured a Bane? He was waiting for votes on Boone.
Yeah,
was he? I thought he was waiting. Oh, that's right.
No, he wanted Boone.
Yeah.
He wanted 50 on Boone.
Might be.
Yeah, it's 51 to 38 right now. 51 to 38, which is kind of awesome. It looks like Boone is going to take this one, but we'll.
And Ronald has entered darkness.
Yes.
Goodbye,
it's
Ronald.
it's like a reverse censor bar.
It's called a letterbox, but you know.
Hey. He's God. He made the room light up again.
Perfect.
Praise the Ronald.
Please
stop.
Let's not do that. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Little did you know, RonCon is actually a
it's a
religious
cult meeting.
thing.
If only I dared to be so incandescent.
Let's see. Heaven, if you would be so kind, I think Christy should be able to explain how the care package thing works. It's generally done at the beginning of each session, if it's there.
Oh,
and we can make that happen.
Savior Ronald.
All right, so gonna pass this back at this point to Jakob and Ulhime. Ulhime, specifically, you decided that you were going to go back and you were going to look for your friend.
Yeah, went back to the scene of the crime.
Okay. Jakob, you had a very brief commentary with Klaus and Cort. You spoke about some things, particularly regarding Rufus.
Which nobody caught on, but okay.
but that's okay.
My mind was kind of racing with the death of Ulhime. You'll excuse me.
Never met him.
I imagine it will come back up, but that's fine. Because Cort doesn't know anything about Rufus, Thelsa, and
Cort
Ulhime
apparently doesn't know
similarly.
anything.
Well, I mean, he's new. Naivety.
Hey, I know my way around.
No. He's more like Jon Snow at this point.
Wait till you'll see me fight something that doesn't like to move.
Is it your birthday? Is that why he's in town?
Hey, maybe that's why your dad finally decided to show up after never seeing you for 20 years.
Maybe he finally got that pack of cigarettes he said he was gonna go get.
Maybe. Klaus, I do have to know though. What did you do with the? What did you end up doing with the gem?
Gem.
Yeah.
He put it in the safest spot. He ate it.
The gem, which I just handed off to Klaus.
Yeah,
It's like a gumball.
I asked Klaus what he did with it.
Yeah,
Oh.
That's what he was getting at.
Mhm.
I want to say that I would check it out and evaluate it, but that's probably not the first thing on my mind right now. So I'm gonna
Throw it on the floor like a smoke bomb.
I don't know.
toss it in my bag.
I don't necessarily know if you would just disregard it, knowing full
Well,
well that
Jacob did say that there's a victim being held within the gem.
That is true. Yeah, I'll at least take a look at it before I toss it in the bag.
And promptly forget about it.
Yeah, for 4 more chapters till it's useful.
Look.
Oh,
I
wait,
never
who
forgot
is
about
this
that
guy?
notebook, right? I looked at it. Fucking waited for when it was useful.
That's the Skyrim thing. You just gotta hold on to it. It'll be useful eventually.
I'll toss a knowledge arcana at it if that satisfies you.
sure, yeah, go for it.
You tell that it's just a red-colored jawbreaker. Sniper just happened to grab the wrong back.
He's like, oh, I got Dad's candy. Damn it.
It was the candy he was trying to lure him in with.
Weird. It held that first roll until I hit the second.
Why does this candy taste like GHB?
Take whichever one you prefer.
All right,
I know
guys.
which one I prefer, but
I'm gonna go out of my way at this point and kick Sniper out of the game permanently.
Looking
Probably
for a
going
replacement.
probably going to report him to the local authorities. Check the watchdog.com to see if he's actually on any lists.
Sending out another Amber Alert.
Yeah.
To the next one that just went out.
Not a member, sign up today.
Yeah, that's right.
Reporting the white panel van that parks outside of his house.
Yeah. It's got all these My Little Pony stickers on the back. I didn't know what that was about at first. Now we know.
He's got that family sticker where it's like the dad and
It's just dad, but there's 27. Notice if you look really closely, each of them have shackles on.
No. Actually, you've got the father figure, stick figure on this back, and then you have the human centipede.
Little do we actually know. Little do you actually know, Annie, is that when you look at the van, he somehow dubbed it. He named the van Cauldron, and it's his Shackled City inside.
It's his Shackled Kitties.
Oh man, it's too good. Too good.
All right, I need to go to the bathroom. Before we get up.
Go for it. Go for it. All right.
Oh shit.
So Klaus, knowledge arcana, you had a 33. Yeah. This isn't exactly your first run-in with something like this. You know that you can do many things with magic. Pretty much, magic's the scariest thing in the world. If it can be thought of, it can be done. It's pretty much like Rule 34 in the sense that the moment that it's thought of, it becomes, right? Like it becomes a thing. But in this case, if you can think of anything that can be done with magic, someone will make it so. A wizard is the most dangerous thing existing, just because they have no limitations. There's nothing that really stops them. It just comes down to will, any kind of supplies that they may need at this point, and time. So in this case, you don't really know what's inside. It could be a man, it could be a woman, it could be a monster. You don't really know what his intentions were. However, when you had that run-in with the gem previously, the Doom Gem, and Barda's trap, if you will, it was significantly larger. Reason enough to believe that someone smaller is inside, or maybe it's just far better magic Do you risk opening this now? Jakob did say that the previous individual that came out of the gym was a human, a man named Rufus. Which you heard, but it didn't quite sit on the mind. Like, it's not quite triggered yet. Eventually that will.
Yeah, whoever's trapped in this, good or evil, I mean, no one deserves that fate. Aside from maybe Ambarda himself or, you know, fucking getting there. Mine's working. Thank you, Napthatoran. I kept wanting to say Nurkikante, and I knew that wasn't right. Too much Monster Hunter. Oh, God.
Okay. So, what do you intend to do about it?
Well, the last time I opened one of these, I just cracked it open. Guy got out. But just to be safe, to make sure I'm not going to harm whoever this is, I'll throw a use magic device at it, just to see if there's anything I can actually do with it.
Okay.
Aside from just breaking it open.
Sure. Utilizing UMD, you're not going to be able to see or spot anything that would look like it is a pressable button, or you aren't seeing anything that looks like it's can be split. You know, it's not like you're looking at a man-made apparatus where it's like, oh, there's a crack there, I can just peel it open. It appears to be entirely solid. As far as using it, there's nothing that triggers when you use this skill.
All right. In that case,
what have you done to this thing so far? You've just used Knowledge Arcana and UMD? Okay, all right.
Trying to think what I could. I'm just gonna go with Old Trusty. I'm gonna pull out the chakram and work on cutting this thing open.
Okay. All right, so this is not exactly a skill of yours that is as deft as someone like Cort, per se.
No.
So you pretty much are grabbing the inner ring of this, and you're kind of like snapping it down and trying to flinch it over the top of this thing repetitiously. And it doesn't really seem to work. You know, every 5 or so, it kind of like thrums briefly, but nothing that really kind of gives way. Its construct seems to be significantly more dense. It was forged by a demon, not a family of dwarves.
Okay.
Give me a D20 plus your wisdom mod again. This is a recollection.
Okay.
All right. Actually, set the DC at 10. Sometimes seeing inside of the magical spectrum can show you more than you had previously seen.
All right. In that case, I'll throw on my specialize.
Okay. Sounds good. The moment that you begin looking in the arcane spectrum, you can see that there are laced and interwoven lines of magic. It's pretty much woven to create this cage, this infrastructure that's built this gem. But you can see that on the rear side of the gem, where you haven't been smacking at it over and over again, there appears to be an arcane mark. It is a symbol. It's in a different language. What languages do you speak?
I speak. Let me find it. Where is it on the sheet? Here it is.
You guys are
common. Common, Elven, Dwarven, and Goblin.
Okay. It is not in a tongue that you're familiar with. You've seen writing like this previously, but it's not something that you're immediately familiar with.
Okay. I will...
Assuming that Jakob can...
You're not there.
Where'd I go?
To Ulhime.
Oh. Well, no, we
Yeah,
are still...
you said you were going to Ulhime.
Well, no, I've already said that we're not splitting up again. And we already left for Ulhime and, I came back.
Then where was Klaus doing any of the things that he's done?
Because I just gave him the gem.
I assumed he was doing it while we were walking back.
Well, no, I'm assuming we haven't left yet.
I was under the impression that Jakob was out looking for Ulhime. You were going back to the destination.
No, he was coming back with us to the bathhouse. At least that's what he was implying, because he didn't want to separate us anymore. So we were going to go to the bathhouse and hopefully stop at the guardhouse and see if we can ask them where they have taken our friend's body.
Okay. Well, as it stands, this is currently Klaus's thing. So
yeah,
I'm gonna give him that much. I'm gonna let him tackle this. He's gonna get through this one.
I'm gonna throw a thing at it.
What thing you got?
I got this thing.
Spell grants the creature the ability to speak and understand the language of any intelligent creature, whether it is a racial tongue or regional dialect. The subject can speak only one language at a time. However, it does not allow you to read.
Okay. I thought I had a different version of that was specifically for reading, but I guess
comprehend languages.
Yeah, no, I thought I did, but I guess not.
You actually do. In that spell book, comprehend languages was one of the many spells that were scrivened in it.
I'm pretty sure I used that one already, because I don't think it's on the... Let me look in my gear real quick.
Okay.
Okay, I know I have this written down somewhere. It might be on my old sheet. Bear with me.
Can you guys recall a time that he's used it? I can't immediately remember when he ended up using
it. Would have been a long time ago.
Yeah, it's not something that comes up very often. I think it was just one of his pocket pick spells.
He might have used it when he was trying to read the sign at the Trial of Feathers, because the sign was in Celestial.
And I do believe that he's had it as a scroll a time or two before as well.
I think so. I think you have had it as a scroll. Yeah.
Christy!
Let's see.
Christy, we need fact checks.
No. The pages that I have, if you're curious, out of game, the pages that I have left in the spellbook are Detect Magic, Ghost Sound, Leomund's Trap, Mage Hand, Misdirection, Read Magic, and Nistel's Magical Aura. How do you pronounce that? So, not being able to read this, knowing that it was likely forged by a demon, and recognizing that Jakob is also a descendant of said demon, I would likely present this to him and say, there's a rune on it, but I can't read it. It's an arcane mark, likely the mark of Navthatorin, or whoever crafted this for him. Is there any chance you would be able to decipher it?
Jakob, you can't see the rune, perhaps in the arcane spectrum, but it's going to take you... I don't recall you having Detect Magic, but I think you do.
Yeah.
Okay.
All I have to do is just turn it on.
Okay. You cast Detect Magic, and sure enough, there it is. It reveals itself. It's like a emblazoned Hearthstone symbol. However, it's in Abyssal.
Abyssal. Give me just a moment here. I do know Abyssal.
It says...
As well as Infernal, Draconic, Elven, Dwarven, and Orc.
It says in Abyssal, it says Release. Do you tell him?
Not only, he's basically going to kind of turn the gem around, look at it a little bit in Ulhime's hand, and then he's going to actually say in Abyssal, Release. Which, given that it's Abyssal, is probably more of a guttural hiss.
Yeah. Okay, so who's handling it technically right now?
Jakob.
It's still in his hand.
All right, Jakob, the moment that you do this, you can see the weaves of the arcane ties splitting, like the fibers themselves are cracking under duress or pressure. And as this happens with your Detect Magic, you can see that an entity is coming forward. Every fracture of the gem itself seems to open up and it begins to almost bloom. However, This isn't like a flower, it's a gem. There's a small blast. This isn't your construct. There was more that's technically written behind it, and you're not the original constructee. So as this happens, it begins to heat up in your hand, and you feel these glass-like indentations start to cut into your fingers. What do you do?
Oh, we're saying that I'm holding it. Okay. Seeing as I have these gem shards digging into my fingers, I am going to kind of just like toss the gem a few feet away onto the floor.
Okay. I'm assuming that you guys are walking to one side of the street, not like down the middle of it, like you're Billy the Kid and crew.
We're actually walking
the whole way.
Yeah, we're not like walking in a line. We're all walking arm to arm, just walking broad-shoulderly down the straight road.
Sure.
Actually, we're not even walking. We're more like merrily jouncing and skipping. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful wizard of...
I hate at least two-thirds of you.
At least two-thirds.
Is it the top two-thirds or the bottom two-thirds?
Considering there's only 5 of us, that's a bad thing.
At least two-thirds, yeah. Okay. Moving forward, you feel this heat and this rupture of the gem, and it starts to kind of pierce into your hand, and you have like a micro-panic moment where you're like, oh shit, and you kind of like just lob it away from you. Knowing that this is undoing the binding itself, there is a brief shatter of glass and then a kick-up of smoke. It sort of billows around and creates a small haze, but you get a silhouette of a figure hunkered down into the dirt itself.
All right, guys, we're taking bets. Evil or good? Evil or good?
Klaus, Cort, the three of you see this. Jakob, there as well. What do you do? Do you draw your weapons and swing?
Hell no.
I have no weapons.
You have a fist. It's still a weapon. You just go, it's like, motherfucker.
Quick, fucking throw him. Throw your hands at him.
No, he's gonna go Henry Cavill and just reload his fists on the way in.
I like Sloth's idea.
No, I'm gonna go ahead. No, I'm gonna punch my beard out. Just be like, pump.
Oh God.
Quick punch with your arm. That way you can lose that.
I'm going to move to the side of whatever this figure is and try to assist them in getting up. I assume they've been kind of cramped in there for a little while.
But no, I'll prepare a spell.
Sure.
For quick casting.
Sure, when you move into the side and you begin to help this figure up, you actually can see that this is a woman. There is a woman that is crouched down, and there's this sputter of a cry. Feeling the air kind of breeze in through town. Remember, you're in the cold air of a volcano, so as this sort of starts to kick in, and you feel this breeze begin to pour down over the top of you, the dust cloud begins to dissipate. You see that there is a woman. Probably in her late 30s, early 40s. She's a human woman. She's crying.
Seeing this, Jacob's going to kind of glance to Klaus and then off to Cort before shrugging out of his coat and taking a knee down by the woman. Madam, do you know what your name is?
I actually have a name here. Give me just a moment. Was not prepared for you to open this.
Blarpleberry. What were you not that name?
No.
Damn.
No, you were.
Was it close?
No, you were.
Like a letter off,
you
right?
were pretty far off.
Shit.
You were not well liked in much of anything you ever joined, were you? No.
I totally understand why your teachers would just see you some days and go, no, you don't come in this class. You stay in the hallway.
My professor's like,
I can see why the professor didn't look for you after 5 weeks.
Yeah.
You're assuming a lot of college professors.
Austin, Blarpleberry, Austin. No. All right. No, this woman looks up to you, and she kind of gleans to you staring at your features. And she pulls herself back. She kind of pulls away from you.
Right. I'm not a demon. We've just
is.
Is there some
fuck?
trick?
Look, don't lie to her.
I'm not a demon!
He's only half.
If this is your trick, go on. Go on,
There's no trick here. He may look evil, but he's relatively okay.
Oof.
Trust me. This is apparently one of the good guys.
The wind in the air kind of hits her face, and she closes her eyes. You can tell it's been a long time since she's felt the wind on her face, and she takes a long breath, and then the tears roll on. She realizes that she's been freed, potentially into a new captor, but she's feeling air again for the first time.
He's still going to offer the coat over, assuming... I don't know if she's clothed or not, or what condition she's been in, but... Yes, after, holding out the coat, he's just going to say, "You're currently in Cauldron."
I know.
So you know this place.
I lived here.
All right. Do you know your name?
Yes.
Might you want to share it?
My name is Fiona. Fiona Malek.
Fiona Malek. My name is Jakob. This is Klaus. Our young friend here is Cort.
Hello.
Klaus. Another wisdom modifier. D20 plus whiz.
Out of character, I have no idea who this is. I cannot remember. The name sounds so familiar, and I can't remember the last name.
You know Malek.
That's what it's like.
You know a Malek quite intimately.
Is that Mavu's
Nope.
family name? No, okay.
Nope.
I'm gonna see if I have this written down somewhere.
Malek.
Yep.
Don't look at me. I have no idea. But we could have met her 15 minutes ago. I still have no idea about her name. I'm a bad.
I mean, you couldn't even remember Rufus, so it's okay.
I have problem remembering
it's actually
Ulhime's
okay.
name.
It's actually okay. You, or Jacob, and yeah, Jacob, you might actually know.
Like me as a player or me as a character?
As a character.
Okay. Do we want to go ahead and do a wisdom roll to see if I can actually remember that or not?
Yeah.
Sure.
Let's see what you got.
Bam!
Safe bets to say Cort has no idea who the hell this person is.
No, you're not sure.
Yeah, at a 7, I don't even know what my own name is.
I know more than you. Not really, though.
Yeah, Klaus, you are actually familiar with the last name Malek. It's not a common last name. And you've met a fair amount of people in this town. There's a particular older gentleman in town that proudly represents the Malek family with his 2 sons, the tip tankard.
Whoa!
I don't really call him by his family name very often.
Nope.
That's why
Are
Fiona
we
sounded
saying that
so
this
familiar.
is his wife?
Yeah.
Yep.
The missing wife?
Yep.
Yep.
And she has
Didn't
all her
we
teeth.
have her face and teeth?
Yeah, we did.
We thought we did.
Yeah, I mean, hey, that's what happens when Apthatorin does things. We also thought Rufus left the church on his own accord.
Okay, well, still assuming that Jacob has no idea who this is because he's never heard he's never heard Griffin called Malik. He's just going to nod. Is there somewhere that you would like to go?
The tankard.
She looks to you, hope filling her eyes.
I don't think she needs a drink right now.
The tankard.
All things considered.
Malek is...
Cort's gonna walk over to her. Can you walk, ma'am? And he's gonna kind of hold his both his hands out like this to try and give her something to steady on.
She pushes herself from the ground.
Do you need any help?
I'll be fine.
Oh, well, it's this way, and he's gonna point, presumably in the wrong direction.
He's new here. Don't worry about him. Do you know the way? I'm sure.
Well, gentlemen, no offense. We're not just letting her walk off on her own. We're escorting.
Of course not. But
well, no,
we don't need to lead her there. She knows.
Yeah.
Malek it's Griffin's family name.
Who's Griffin?
The owner.
Oh.
The owner of the tip tankard. Short, a little pudgy.
Listen, Fiona, you should probably let us greet him first. I don't know how he'll... obviously he'll be happy to see you, but it's been so long, I don't know how he'll take the news. We should go, though. We should go.
Okay.
She nods, stands, and allows you to guide her.
Yeah, and Jacob is going to go ahead and just kind of offer an elbow. May I escort you?
You're a really bad day for us to walk in on him having some of what's her name's Leslie's girls around, huh? Be awkward.
I doubt he would do that.
Catch him in the saddle with Leslie just going, Hail Mary.
Ulhime.
Yo.
You are familiar at this point that once you've arrived on the scene that his body's not there. He's not there to be found. There's nothing that would lead you to believe that he's been there any more than you had been there. You picked yourself up and he was gone.
Yeah.
So going back there now, you find much of the same. He's not there. However, there have been no bodies additionally reported inside of the town. And you don't really have much of a lead to go off of.
The area that they were standing on, is there any, residue or anything like that that might give me a hint that whether if it's, stone, it could be inside, or if it's dirt, somewhere outside, things like that?
When you say they, who are you referring to?
Nabthatorin and Jacob.
They were on the roof of the building.
That's what I'm saying. When Nab was on the roof, would there be any indication that there was a bunch of dirt,
No.
under his heel?
No, nothing
or
like
anything
that.
No.
No, on top of that, he was occupying the body of a man.
Okay.
So when you saw him on the roof, it was the form of kind of an odd sight, because when he removed the skin, he didn't fully do so. So the suit of the man that he was occupying, he kind of burst from the mouth from, but it didn't actually, it didn't do anything to the body. So the body still remained hips down as the man standing there, barefoot by nature. And then from basically the staunched, slinky-like flesh of the body was this huge upper torso of this demonic Glibberizu creature.
Alrighty. That being the case, I haven't seen him yet. Any pedestrians at that point, I would start asking them, have you seen the tiefling Jacob around here recently? Have you seen him with? And then I'll start giving the description of what Naptatorn looked like in his human form.
We'll
asking me if anything like that.
Go ahead and give me a 30% range.
I'll just do 1 to 30.
Got it. Give me a 15% range.
1 to 15.
And a 5% range.
1 to 5.
Negative. Nobody's seen him.
Alrighty.
No leads. In fact, most of the people that approached you kind of sought you to be a little strange. They didn't know what to make of you at first.
Alrighty.
When you're basically wearing garbage bags, the equivalent of, because you didn't really have much in the way of clean clothes, and you have 1 armored arm and gold glowing eyes.
Yeah. With a giant mace.
Yeah, like an oversized. You look like a cartoon character to these people.
Yeah. I mean, knowing that, I would probably go check Sunn's place, because at that point, I mean, I still haven't had contact with Klaus or Cort, and if they weren't there, then my next spot would be the tankard. So those would be my next 2 locations. So from where I'm at, I would probably whatever's closer, that would probably be my next point of contact.
Sure.
I think the tankard would be closer, right?
Yeah, the tankard is going to be infinitely closer from your location.
So I'll start walking that way.
All right, then we have a reconvening. This is perfect. Guys, we're going to take a brief break, like 3 to 5 minutes. I'm going to get a water and a snack. When I return, we'll be going over more details and the reconvening of the party. They're going to come together. It's going to be kind of emotional, I think, for many reasons. So, we will be back in just a moment. Hang on, and try not to go too far. Sound good?
Are we going to get a chance to talk to them, or are they going to AFK screen?
I mean, I'm going to go to the AFK screen, but you can still talk to them. Just remember.
All right.
Don't be
you.
horrible.
Don't be you.
I actually have a good question, thank you.
Don't be sniper is what he means.
Don't be horrible.
Okay.
That's what I actually mean. Don't be horrible.
All
yeah.
Right, then I have a question for chat once you go to AFK.
Okay, guys, I'll be right back in just a moment. So have at thee.